morning, audience. I am Munendra from Dr. Lal PathLab, and I am representing Dr. Lal PathLab. And though I am coming from the healthcare industry, or maybe precisely diagnostic lab, and just a minute. This is my agenda. First thing, I would like to explain about what is Dr. Lal PathLab as a whole. Then my agenda topic is IT at LPL and way ahead, and what challenges I am facing as far as industry best practices are concerned. This is Dr. Lal PathLab. It is Asia's largest lab, 60 years of lab, and we are running with 150 odd labs with 2,000 collection centers all across India. In a year, we are serving with 10 million customers with 30 million samples as a load of our patient samples. We have a largest menu of India, that is 3,000 different tests and panels with 25 specialist departments. And this is our picture of our national reference lab. IT at LPL. Categorically, I have divided IT in LPL majorly in three verticals. One is business, second is lab processes, third is technology. In business arena, we have implemented automated billing system, complete end-to-end business flow of ERP. We have a KPIs and dashboard to measure our targets and achievements with the different parameters. We have implemented document management system because as far as our SOPs are concerned, we have to maintain the prescription of each and every patient, and this is very well in place. We have a patient portal, and through this particular portal, we have implemented e-commerce facility to online registration, scheduling, and payment gateway is already integrated with that particular tool. Report uploading and viewing, you can say as a patient, you can download your report through our portal. And test profile and information is one of the feature of that particular thing. We have also implemented loyalty program, and it is very well interconnected with all across the application throughout the network. Though mobility is a buzzword in the market, and we have already implemented one of the mobile device for our home collection executives, and they goes to your doorstep and collect that particular samples and registered your data on the fly, and that data automatically goes to our central repository. Second vertical is under IT is laboratory processes. Yesterday we got an award for this Star LIMS, and this is the new LIMS which we have implemented in February 2013. And this is a company named Star LIMS USA, and the product itself is named as Star LIMS. It is a web-based application, user-friendly. Integration is seamless as far as our business workflows are concerned. That is a silent feature of our LIMS. Standardized and automated business processes all across the lab. This is one of the feature. Scalable and in line with our business roadmap, because we have a huge user base, or you can say it's a huge patient base. We have to consider that particular scalability as far as our growth are concerned, and easy to interface with our third-party instruments and third-party applications. With this Star LIMS, there is a capability to run our business on a primary and secondary barcode. This is one of the kind in our industry to run our patient data over the primary and secondary barcode. We have implemented this successfully. Real-time sample tracking to facilitate our patient in a proactive way. We have a largest menu of instruments, that is 250 instruments interface online with our Star LIMS, or you can say. And third-party interface, it is one of the good feature which we have integrated with our Star LIMS. It is seamlessly integrated with our other LIMS like ERP, DMS, and other clinical tools. We have created a middleware that is called ESB, Enterprise Service Bus, for that particular integration. And through this bus, we can integrate our third-party applications like different HIS and LIS. I will explain you why we have created this type of middleware. Third vertical under IT is technology. We have achieved the 100% virtualization and collaboration under the data center. Tier 3 data center is already implemented and installed in 2010 in Rohini, New Delhi. We have a successfully disaster recovery side and business continuity plan at IBM data center, and high availability environment, because we are committed to give that particular report to each and every patient in a timely manner. We have made our systems and processes under a HA mode, high availability mode. Under this, we have our personal private cloud for each and every location, 150 odd locations. We have applications and database server which is already in HA mode. We have Wi-Fi enabled laboratories and offices. As far as, because though we are in a healthcare industry, we have to think on the security piece of the patient data. That is already in place. IT enabled processes in data security arena. DMZ zone is available there. Secured mail gateway is one of the feature we have already implemented. Backup, though we have to take a backup, and we have tools for PC backups and each and every servers and application on tape, drive and DR. It is already there and online. On the right hand side, this is our application data workflow for each and every application, interrelated, integrated with each other. That is more or less complex one, but we are managing that show. The second last is future of LPL, or you can say future of laboratory business way ahead. Though we are very much ahead on the technology piece, but still we are evaluating, still we are struggling with that particular technology piece. What is digital laboratory? As far as definitions are concerned, it is laboratory and business processes to be enabled using digital technology to enhance efficiency and optimize cost. These are the very high level likely to be digital laboratory features in future. One is that dynamic business rule engine. In our industry, we are working with a scheduled reporting. I think you have learned about that particular thing. We have a scheduled reporting. What is that? We have a set of tests which will run on a specific dates. But while doing this implementation, we can prepone that particular test, because that scheduled test depends upon the batches of that particular thing. If we touch that particular batch in a proactively manner, then we can run that particular schedule in a 2 or 3 days before that particular agreed date. That is a runtime and dynamic rule which we are planning to implement in our application. Mobility, again, we have a good roadmap on mobility piece. RFID, it is a future of tracking system, because logistics is our backbone for that particular samples, because we have a largest load of that particular patient. We are working with 25,000 patients per day, and RFID is a future to maintain or to logistically handle that particular load, because every third year our load is doubled, because we are growing with 30% year on year. UID is a future and maybe a game changer in future, because we have to identify the exact patient of that particular thing. Trend reporting, yes, it is there. Robotic technology, because though we have a largest, or you can say huge load, we are working on automation of sorting and distribution in a good way. Telepathology is a game changer in future, because we have a very niche market as far as part-time doctors and pathologists are concerned. We are planning for roll it out in our network. Personalized customer services. The day will come when patient will ask about the personalized services, maybe routed through SMS, email, education, knowledge base, and we are also targeting this thing in future. Focused marketing. If a patient is diabetic, he don't require anything on the cardio or something other disease. He may require something on education or knowledge base on the diabetic only. We are also targeting this type of knowledge base and SMS blasting over their mobile. And social media is a future for that particular thing. That is all high-level features under digital laboratory. Challenges. Sorry. Though we have different challenges as far as our personal and professional life, but categorically I have divided these challenges into 2 phases. 2 parts. One is the internal challenges within the LPL, and external challenges which we may require throughout the peer group and the industry leaders. Yesterday we have got an award for one of the Star LIMS implementation that is called Star LIMS. In 2011 we have we have started this particular project, and IT governance is one of my challenge, how to maintain, how to manage this type of project which is so huge and the scale is very high. Under this, for that particular thing, we have implemented one PMO layer, that is Program Management Office, and we outsource these services to third party, you can say it's IBM. And the PMO role is not, it is committed to deliver the committed dates and timelines and committed tasks, and both the project managers of both the companies like Star LIMS and LPL project manager report to PMO, and the complete hierarchy is this: PMO reports to steering committee and steering committee reports to executive sponsor. Right top corner you will see that IT governance of that particular project. The scale of the project is so high, and this type of projects we usually work always on the functional requirement. Every person, every key user will come with you and start discussing on their functional domain, but no one is more bothered about that non-functional requirement, and system load and performance is one of them. Being as a stakeholder of that particular project, we made a consortium between tri-party parties like Microsoft, Star LIMS and LPL. And these parties run multi-rounds of performance tuning and on the application front and on the database front, and we achieved that user expectation as far as loads and performance are concerned. Though we have a heterogeneous environment as far as applications are concerned, that is one of the challenges which we may face during that particular implementation. Apart from these challenges, we have a largest user base. See left, right side, bottom. This is one of the major challenge which any large-scale type of project may face. We have 70 users during UAT, user acceptance test. Apart this, because these are the milestones of the project, user acceptance test, key user training and end user. And we had 150 users during key user training. And you can see it is 650 users which we have to educate them on that particular change. This is one of the challenge, how to manage, how to give and educate them on that particular change. Because change is always a painful event, and no one wants to change, and no one wants to take adoption of that particular change. But successfully we have achieved this. Last but not the least, this is the external challenges which we may face in future, in the past and maybe in future also. That is the integration with different LIS and HIS. Though we have started one of the vertical called M&A, merger and acquisition, and during that particular vertical we have to encounter different LIS and different players in hospital-based labs. And this is one of the challenge, and I would like to discuss with my peer groups and industry leaders how to cope up that particular change, because this is the absenteeism between the industry. There is no data information exchange standard across the globe, across the industry. We have options of EMRs also. We have n number of options in market, but no EMR talked about with each other. There is a gap in between the EMRs. And as per the Bhattacharya's presentation, it is very well that they are doing something in the remotely, but as far as LPLs are concerned, we are facing that particular network infrastructure availability in tier 2 and tier 3 types of how you got it, that we will discuss in offline. That is one of the largest challenge which we are facing as far as our geo presence and penetrations are concerned. This is the last presentation. Thanks a lot. This is my thanks.